A grinded out win that Pat Riley would have been proud of, but more importantly, it was the moment that Bam Adebayo was waiting for. We talk about it next.
You are Locked On Heat, your daily Miami Heat podcast. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
All right, welcome to Locked On Heat, your daily podcast on the Miami Heat. I'm Wes Goldberg, editor at allyoucanheat.com. My co-host, David Ramil, not here with me today. However, you're tuning in, YouTube, Odyssey, or your favorite podcast app. Thanks so much for making Locked On Heat your first listen every day. A little bit of a bonus episode for you on a Saturday morning. The Miami Heat get a win Friday night against the Orlando Magic. Neither team scoring over 100 points. The final score in this one, 99-96. I got some credit cookies that I want to hand out here. And some other news and notes to get to. But the thing that stood out to me in this game was Bam Adebayo. Bam gave this interview to Brian Windhorst a couple months ago, and the article came out a few weeks ago. We actually had Brian Windhorst on the show to talk about it. If you haven't checked that one out, definitely go check it out. But he's talking about wanting to be that guy. He wants to be in that elite center class in the same company and in that same conversation as Joel Embiid, Nikola Jokic, and Anthony Davis and these kind of guys, and be considered a superstar of that level. The problem is that he's not considered to be a superstar at that level, partly for a few reasons, but partly because he's not the superstar on his own team. That's Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler gets the shot at the end of games, right? Jimmy Butler is the one that pulls up from three-point for a three-pointer at the end of Game 7 in the conference finals. It's Jimmy Butler's shot when he's on the court. He wasn't on the court on Friday night. Jimmy Butler was out again. Also, no Tyler Hero, no Kyle Lowry in that game. And so Bam Adebayo was the guy for the Heat. And so at the end of this game, a grinded out game, a defensive game, a fun game, Bam Adebayo had a few opportunities to go ahead and win it for Miami. It goes back and forth a little bit at the end of the fourth quarter, and Bam gets not one, not two, but three different chances to win the game. And so the first chance, he misses a foul line jumper, and it wasn't very close. So he misses the foul line jumper. That was they go to him again on the next possession. He has it baseline, looks like he kind of gets fouled. Ball goes out of bounds. Never really gets a good shot off. Did he get fouled on that last play or on that second to last play? Yeah, probably. He was kind of looking for a call. But, hey, it was a grinded out game. It was a physical game. And I actually appreciate the refs just not calling it and saying, hey, go out there and win this kind of game. This is the way that it's been played all game long. So no foul called. Paolo Banchero hits a shot. Bam comes back, and he has an opportunity for the go-ahead jumper with 18 seconds left. And the Heat inbound the ball. Bam gets it. Foul line jumper. Nails the shot. 18 seconds left. Wins the game for the Heat. That's that moment. That's that moment for Bam. If he wants to be one of those guys, he needs to deliver in those moments. And I don't care that he missed a couple of opportunities before that. I don't care. What I care about is that he kept going to it. And what I care about even more is that Spoelstra kept giving it to him. He had missed the foul line jumper just a few seconds before that. That's his shot. But I appreciate Spo trusting his best player in that moment, saying, you know what? I'm not overthinking this. You're the guy. We're going to draw this play up for you. I don't know who else that you would have drawn it up for. Was it going to be Jaime Jaquez, Duncan Robinson, perhaps? I would have understood if Spoelstra went that route where maybe let's just draw up a dribble handoff with Bam, have Duncan come up from the corner, come around, and if the shot's there, go ahead and take it. Or maybe if the defense overreacts to Duncan, Bam could have just put it on the ground and drove to the basket, maybe try to draw a foul or score there. No, none of that. None of that stuff. He said, hey, they just inbound, they lofted it up to Bam Adebayo. No play drawn up. They just lofted it up from below the baseline or below the rim on the baseline. Said, hey, go get the ball and do something with it. And he did. He got to his spot again. The same spot, basically, where he had missed the shot a few seconds earlier. He made the shot under a lot of pressure with no Jimmy Butler in the game, no Kyle Lowry, no Tyler Hero. It was his ball. It was his shot. Spoelstra said, I'm going to give it to you again because you're the best player on the floor. And Bam acted like he was the best player on the floor. He played like he was the best player on the floor. And if you want to be that guy, those are the moments that you have to deliver. And he delivered that for the Heat in that win. Let's give some credit cookies out. How about that? It's another Heat win. That's what we do here. So we got 10 credit cookies to hand out to the top performers of the game. Bam Adebayo gets 4 of them for all the reasons that we just said. I should probably give you the final stat line on Bam in case you're wondering. 21 points, 11 rebounds, 7 assists. Eric Spoelstra after the game actually had thought that he had gotten a triple-double. Not quite. 7 assists, 3 assists away, but still an awesome game. He was 8 for 17 shooting, 47% overall, went 5 of 6 from the free throw line. So that was good. His free throw shooting has been trending upward lately after a little bit of a slump there. So 4 cookies for Bam. Let's go to Duncan Robinson. He was huge as a starter with Tyler Hero out, back in that starting lineup, back to what he does in the starting lineup. Just produces 23 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. He went 4 of 10 from three-point range. I love in sort of a grimy, in the mud, a lot of paint touches, a lot of those he took 10 three-pointers in this game. I thought that was hugely important for Miami, just to loosen things up a little bit offensively from where they were. Jaime Jaquez Jr. got the start again. He played 37 minutes in this game, went 8 for 16 shooting, so shot 50%. And that was with missing 2 of his three-pointers. So, he goes 8 for 14 on 2-pointers. That's really, really efficient. He had 19 points in the game, 7 rebounds, 3 assists, and a steal. He was awesome. Made a ton of big plays, had a couple of fast break plays, whether they're assists or dunks. Had a great dunk at the in the second half of that one. So Jaime was great. 2 cookies for him. And then shout out to Caleb Martin coming back after missing 7 straight games with an ankle injury. He played 24 minutes off the bench, had 11 points on 3 of 6 shooting, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists and a steal. He looked great. He was really important for Miami as well. So credit cookies. Bam gets 4, Duncan gets 3, Jaime gets 2, Caleb Martin gets 1. Miami used their 21st starting lineup of the season in this game. A bit of a weird one. Duncan Robinson, Jaime Jaquez, Haywood Highsmith, Nikola Jovic, and Bam Adebayo. Who's the point guard? Who's the power forward? I have no idea in that lineup. I don't really care either. This is what the Heat have to do. I thought maybe they could have started Josh Richardson. They activated RJ Hampton. They brought him back from the G League. I thought maybe he could. We've seen him get the start in certain cases with Lowry out and Tyler Hero out and things like that. Nope. Spo with an 8-man rotation, which I thought was a little bit surprising that he didn't go a little bit deeper in this one, but he's really just trying to play his best guys the most minutes. And that's what he did. So he didn't overthink it. He said, here's my 3 best players that I have available. Caleb Martin, he's coming back from injury. Don't want to throw him into the mix as a starter right now. Want to be a little cautious with him. So let's just go play the 5 best players that we got. Jaime, Duncan, Bam, Jovic, and Highsmith. Kevin Love came off the bench. He's probably one of their best 5 players, but you have to have him come off the bench behind Bam because you need a backup center. So that's what they did. And I thought it was a good move, and it worked against a big Orlando Magic lineup. The Orlando Magic were without Franz Wagner again and a couple other guys, but Paolo Banchero was their best player. He had 25 points in the game. But other than that, Miami did a really good job guarding that team. It was the 6th best defensive rating game of the year for the Heat. So Spoelstra was beaming after the game talking about the defense. And this was after they had allowed at least 110 points in 3 straight games. And Spoelstra was talking a lot about how they need to buckle up defensively and figure things out. And he kept saying after that last loss, we're going to figure this out. We're going to figure this out. We're going to figure this out. Well, they figured it out against at least against Orlando, which is not like a juggernaut offensively. Okay. Like, let's not sit here and act like they just shut down the Oklahoma City Thunder, which they weren't able to do the other night. So, grain of salt, blah, 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 but a very, very strong defensive effort without a bunch of your best players. So, still don't know when Jimmy Butler is going to come back. He was upgraded to doubtful. So not just a straight up out until just a couple hours before the game. Will he come back Sunday against the Charlotte Hornets? We'll see. I don't know. Again, no timetable on Kyle Lowry. The Tyler Hero thing is a little bit of a bummer with the shoulder strain there. No real timetable or sense of when he's going to be coming back. This is like everything for the Heat. It's a day-to-day. They keep calling everything day-to-day. Who knows what day-to-day means for Miami? Jimmy Butler was day-to-day, and he hasn't played in several days. So no idea what to make of Miami's latest injuries. It's the Charlotte Hornets on Sunday night. It's Dwayne Wade night. Dwayne Wade will be there. He's going to do a halftime interview with the fans, and we will be there from Locked On Heat to cover it and to give you our post-game reactions from that one. But, hey, thanks for hanging out with me on a Saturday morning to talk about another Heat win. Good win for them. Thanks for making Locked On Heat your first listen every day. Hey, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button on YouTube. Follow us on your favorite podcast app. Download the podcast, leave a 5-star rating and review on whatever platform that you choose, and make sure you tune in Monday morning, Sunday night for our reactions to the Hornets game. And hey, go Dolphins tonight.